Live from the Raw Talk Studios in Southwest Florida, it's the Charles Richardson Show.
And a thousand greetings to everybody out there. What's going on? It is the Charles Richardson radio program. Live on a Wednesday, March the 23rd, 2022. It is 7:09 p.m. Where are your kids? Are they going to fuck to sleep? Well, one person's may not have his kids ready to fuck to sleep right now, and that is Billy, Badass Painter. Billy, what's going on, man?
Hey, another day in paradise. What do you expect?
I could see that you catching some rays there with that tank top going on over there.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You see, I'm an albino motherfucker.
You are an albino motherfucker. You definitely tell you that much right there. I mean, you make my wife look tan. Jesus Christ.
I look Seamus look tan. What are you talking about?
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know what's going on, and I think everybody does know what's going on, it is going to be basically a show of these two. And no, not me and Billy. It's me, Billy, and this person. It is Crazy Joe. Now, it looks like he put on, looks like he took his camera off, but he is online. He is there. Oh, no, he's there. Never mind. I thought he was like a still picture. So I want to welcome these two. Now, here's how it's going to go, because this was agreed to by all parties. Bad Billy and Crazy Joe have been going at each other for blood almost. Just for the record stands at 1 win for Bad Billy, 1 win for Crazy Joe. Crazy Joe is on a new platform that apparently is unbreakable. Unbreakable. Bad Billy got the first victory. It is to the point where now feds are being called. And I think everybody, and I talked with both parties, I think everybody wants peace and resolution. And that's what we're aiming for today. Crazy Joe does not have the greatest history of being on camera and being confronted with questions or people that he does not care for. And he is definitely saying his disdain for Bad Billy. Bad Billy, to the other side, has basically had a no-quit aspect on trying to ruin Crazy Joe. So, Joe, since you are the person here that has mostly been attacked by Billy because of Billy's platform wanting to go after you for being a racist and getting you kicked off the air, Joe, I'm going to have you go ahead and speak first to make your point as to why you're here.
Can you hear me, Charles?
Yes, we can.
I think that being philosophical is, if people don't like people, then why do they have to bother with them? Why do they have to, in other words, if you don't like my show, you don't like me, you don't like what I'm about, you have every opportunity to turn the channel or turn whatever and just basically go your own separate way. You don't have to deal with me. It's not like I'm twisting your arm and saying you have to listen to me. Because the only people that I want listening to me are fans, people that appreciate my type of humor, my type of comedy. Now, unless you're jealous of me, unless you conceive me as a threat in whatever mental capacity you have in that brain of yours, I don't really know what the deal is, and I really don't care. And I think that's the point here that I'm trying to make, is that if you don't like me, you don't have to deal with me. But obviously, I'm renting space in other people's minds. And this is why I got all these people on top of me and stalking me, harassing me. I did a test show the other day, and I had more than 50 calls. 20 of them were from Billy. So, I mean, I mean, I think that's how I strongly feel. I'm not here to make friends with the guy. I'm not here for any of that. And I don't want to be friends with him. I think what he did was childish. He acted like a fifth grader. You know, you don't do things like that. You know,
So-
that's my opinion.
So what are we on here for today, Joe? What is your purpose today for this?
Oh, well, I thought you and I had talked about it, that it would be a good idea.
We did. But do you feel the same way I do, that we want peace before it gets any uglier?
Well, I'm open to all options. In my opinion, I think this is starting to get way out of line. We are broadcasters. This is our field. This is the field we've chosen, and we should stick to broadcasting. And I never shy away from a fight, but
Okay.
you know, I just want to do my show, and I don't want to be harassed anymore. And I think that's the point I brought up when I first came out here. If
Okay.
you don't like me,
Right.
then don't bother with me and just go away.
Okay.
What is so hard about that?
Billy, I'm going to give you a chance to rebuttal. Is what he's asking too much? Is Crazy Joe just asking, listen, let bygones, let's just go our separate ways. Let him do his show. You do your show. I mean, you already know you're successful at what you do, Billy. Joe is very convinced that he's going to be successful when he does his show. What is he asking for too much? No, let's hear your take there, Billy.
No, I don't believe that he's asking for too much in that manner.
Okay.
However, when you add in the factor that that he is promising to use racial slurs, and the fact that he has attacked my Native American heritage, I don't know if he's aware that I'm part Native American, but yes, I am. And that part the other night is what I really took offense to. Not only that, I tried ignoring him for about a month or so, and he's still continuing to make YouTube videos about me, addressing my sister and saying some of the most heinous and ugly things about my sister when he doesn't even know a fucking thing about her, because she's in an interracial relationship that seems to bother him. You know, she's with a black guy. She's happy. It's not a fad. It's, black guys are just her preference in relationships. And he's wondering why my friend Derek, who my sister's boyfriend, had jumped on his case because he got pissed off. I mean, come on, basically, you're attacking a member of the family, and he's got something to say about it. I didn't ask him to jump in. I can fight my own battles. He wanted to start his own fight with Joe.
Okay, so you're basically coming on. The reason why you've been attacking Joe is because it's actually hitting home with some of his YouTube videos, because of all this. That's why you're on the offensive, correct?
Damn right I am.
Okay.
Damn right I am.
Joe, what do you response to that? If everybody go their separate ways, everybody does peace, will you stop attacking Bad Billy's family and Bad Billy himself?
Well, that's fine with me, but I'd just like to correct him. I never said anything against his sister or the boyfriend. This was between me and Billy, but somehow Billy had to get his, the black guy involved, his sister involved. He did a video where it was him and his sister, and I just wanted to talk to Billy, but Billy had his sister there. And I said, no, I'm not going to talk to your sister because your sister has nothing to do with this. This was between men to men. And Billy is wrong here because he instituted his sister into it. He instituted the black guy into it, who I don't know his name. And the black guy became threatening and threatened me with bodily injury and said he would kill for his family, or words in that category. So I don't know where Billy's coming from, but this was supposed to be between me and Billy. And like I said, we have never got along from day one. Supposedly, I tried to get a gig from his broadcast. He blew me off. I said some words about it, not a big deal. And then he took it overboard because obviously you can't offend Billy. Obviously, you can't say nothing to Billy. He's too sensitive. He's like a woman. He gets all his feelings butt hurt. And it just continued from there. And then it kind of stopped for a while, which I was a little bit glad about. But, and then it started up again the last couple months. Now, I would not say anything. See, we got in each other's way. We probably got in each other's way on the Matt Commenton show. Maybe we got here on the Charles Richard show. I don't know how me and him wound up having contact, but we had contact. And of course, there were words being said to, him. He said things about me, or I'd say things about him. And I think that's where we're at right now. But as far as your statement, Charles, sure, why not? Look, I'm a broadcaster, okay? I'm not a World War III fighter, okay? But if I have to defend myself, I mean, so far the odds have been against me. It's 50 and 60 people against me, including my arch nemesis, the Onions, who started with me 6 years ago for no fucking reason.
Which you would tell me too. It's like the Onions, they bother you, but Billy's been the one that's been the most formidable force, to be honest with you. Onions haven't done anything like what Billy's been doing. So I guess, gentlemen, what it comes really down here to is like, there's been a war of words going at it. There's been intertwined for everything. This actually all flamed up so long ago with him and Matt just not being able to help each other, or Matt helping Joe. And all of a sudden we get involved. Billy gets involved. Dirk gets involved. It's just everybody gets involved. I'm just saying, like, right now, I think peace needs to be handled. I mean, if we can go ahead and get peace, let Joe do his thing. If somebody's going to go ahead and rat Joe out or do something, let's not be it from us. Let Joe do his broadcast. Let Joe get famous the way he says he's going to get famous. We'll probably hear from him later. Billy's already got his own thing. He's got, sort of a movie deal going on that we'll talk about later. He's got, he got his own radio show, his own internet station. So he's got his thing going. Joe can have his thing going. I think, honestly, let's put this to rest, guys. No more bad blood. Just put it to rest. Joe, you do your show. Go have a great time doing it. Make it profitable. Make it everything that you've talked about. Billy, go back to creating your great content there, your YouTube videos, your station and everything like that. Continue to have great interviews. I've heard your interviews. It's great. What do you say, guys? I mean, this may not be a long thing because I think it's gotten tired. It really has. It's gotten tired out. Now the feds are being involved, which, whether it's serious or not, it's still feds being involved. I think this is over to the boiling point. I think we need to kind of go ahead and call it there, Billy. Don't you think?
You know what? That's completely up to JoJo there.
Okay, so with you making that, what do you ask of Joe to pull back the troops? What do you call for Joe?
For one, he needs to apologize to your wife for that incident this last summer.
I've put that to bed.
I'm just saying that, things like that. I mean, he said he would never apologize and doesn't realize that he was wrong in that situation when your wife just said, "I'm tired of hearing this,"
But what does Joe have to do for you?
For one, just put the racist content aside, because if I catch that, I'm going to report it. End of story.
But what if you just don't listen to his show anymore?
If I don't catch it, I guess I don't catch it. But if I catch it, I'm going to report it.
Right. So Joe can. So
you see what I'm talking about, Charles? This guy wants to escalate the war. He wants to escalate it because Billy has a hang-up, some mental problem in his brain that he wants to take me on, that he doesn't like me because I'm a New Yorker, because maybe I'm going to take away his fans, because I am the best. I am the best.
Wait, both of you, shush. Hold on. This has nothing to do with you being a New Yorker, Joe. This has got nothing to do with any of that. What it has to do is what Billy's morale is, the racist comments, the N-word, the use of identifying and apparently, belligerentating people of other color. He's got nothing. I don't think you would have anything wrong if you did it in some type of patriotic way where you had mentioned to me, you're not a racist. You understand that the African American people, they were slaves at first. You didn't agree with that. You didn't like that. But you're saying about the culture that they have now. I think just without being the racist tones, could you address them in another way like you do maybe on just your YouTube videos, maybe a little bit nicer?
I'm not going to change my perception of black people today. They're the ones that are killing and raping people and murdering people with the rap music, I'm saying.
Oh,
that the
fuck.
rap music is no, you're going to listen because you people are wrong, 100% wrong. I am not a racist, but I do not like the black culture today. I grew up in a time where we had Motown, we had soul music, we had jazz, Stevie Wonder, the Four Tops, the Temptations, the greatest musicians of all time, including James Brown. So my thing is to reverse that and to go back to that era. But the black people today, they just want to rap about, they use the N-word in their own song. So it's okay for them to say the N-word 100 times in their music, but it's a double standard for Crazy Joe not to use the N-word. And I don't really use it, really, because I'm not really that much into it. I'm really not that much into it. I was just making a point about the way they're acting today. And then I get, classified as racist, anti-Semitic, this and that. I have black friends. I have very little black friends, but as a matter of fact, I have a black person who works for me, who's my technician. So I don't belong to any white militia groups. I don't belong to Ku Klux Klan. Those are the real racists. Those are the people who don't accept blacks for any reason. I'll accept a black person as long as he's civilized and he acts with respect, just like I do. I'm a minority myself. I'm Hispanic, okay? So I act like a good American. I don't talk with an accent. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm out here the savior of real rock and roll music. So if you reject that, or if Billy rejects that, or anybody rejects that, or Dirk, or any of these douchebags, they don't have to deal with me. But now Billy out there is provoking the situation by saying, oh, if I catch him saying the N-word. Nobody tells Crazy Joe what to do, and nobody tells me what to do on my show or my YouTube video. I will promise, though, that I will not talk about Billy anymore if he decides to give it up. If he decides not to give it up, then it's, it's on.
It's game on. So
Okay. Joe, I've got a question for you.
Go ahead, Billy.
So let's say that I invite you over to my house for a barbecue and everything's good to start with. Everything's happy-go-lucky. But then you start using the N-word. And I ask you not to do that in my house. Yet you continue to do so and I ask you to leave. The moment I ask you to leave, am I violating your First Amendment constitutional rights?
Charles, what does that have to do with the fact that if he catches me using the N-word on my YouTube videos, he's going to report me?
Why don't you answer the question?
He's giving you a scenario because you have used that everybody's offending your First Amendment rights that has been brought up by you. So Billy's asking a question, a hypothetical. You go over there and you start using the N-word and Billy kicks you off. His property is he violating?
That has nothing to do with the fact that I use the N-word on YouTube. I would never be in this house. And I don't want to be in his house. So it makes no sense, this question. I don't understand the logic of it.
He was just asking as a hypothetical. He wants
hypothetical?
Yeah.
I will be right
Well, I can tell you this. I don't use the N-word. I don't use the N-word. If I go to somebody's house, I don't use the N-word.
Okay.
Okay. But that has nothing to do with my YouTube videos, has nothing to do with the way I feel about black people on the Crazy Joe show when I talk about the rap music and whether black people are heading in the direction that they're heading. Okay.
Billy, what
I-
you
I-
said you
I will be right back. I don't mean to interrupt him. I just got to
Okay.
take care of the kid really quick.
Gotcha. No problem. No problem. All right. So Joe, is there any peace involved in this? Because it sounds like
It depends on Billy.
But
I said I was willing to look, like you said in the opening. He's got one on me, I got one on him.
Yeah.
I don't want to be friends with the guy. I hate the guy's guts. And I hate anybody like him who definitely has a problem with my show. Okay, I'm an artist, first most. I'm a R-rated shock jock. Okay, I'll say that in my intro about the Crazy Joe show. So there's no punches being pulled here. But of course, I'm willing to move on, like you said. And I tried to move on, but he wants to be a police officer. He wants to be the fucking KGB. He wants to be the political police, the politically correct police. Oh, if I catch him saying the N-word on the YouTube channel, he is provoking this war to continue. And where I'm saying, look, you don't like me?
But don't you think it's a bad look when you do use the N-word? I mean, don't you think
Listen, I don't use the N-word on YouTube. I really don't.
But I'm just saying at all, period.
I'm not allowed to use the word on YouTube.
I'm not saying.
And generally, I don't use the N-word on the Crazy Joe show. Okay. I don't. I really don't. I did it that night to hurt him, to get back at him, and also to make a point that the N-word, in its real definition, means a low-life, low person, no matter what color or nationality they are. They could be Japanese, Australian, Irish, Italian. They could be an N. You could say, well, you're an N. Of course, it's never used that way, no. And it describes the black people because it's been going down since they came here from the Africa. But basically, the real word has nothing to do with racism. It is a description of being a low-life person. So when I said it to Billy that night, I meant to describe him and his that person over there, the black person, as lowlifes. Right. And I knew it would hurt him. Maybe it didn't hurt him, but I just thought I'd do it anyway. What the fuck? What's to say? It's not illegal. I didn't break any laws, and I'm being accused unfairly of being racist. Why don't you prove that I'm racist? Not just on my words. Look, anybody, if I want to say I'm racist, that's my business. Okay? And if I want to talk about the black people, it's my business. But I'm only talking about them in the terms of culture of rap music. I'm not saying, oh, these black sons of bitches, I hate them, I can't stand them. But a lot of them are irresponsible people. Look in come to New York City. They shoot cops like it's nothing. They commit crime. They sell the drugs. And they should be given a pass. Why? Because now
all racists are doing that. All racists are doing that. It's not.
But the blacks stand out as number one.
How?
And followed by the Mexicans, the drug cartels, the people that are threatening our national security with the drug cartels. So everybody's doing it.
What about being it's hate crimes but when you talk about like that, it just sounds really bad, and that's what everybody is attacking you on. It just sounds bad.
But Charles, I'm telling the truth. And people can't handle the truth.
They want to live in a different way, though. That's what I'm saying. Is because
I'm saying it the way it has to be. Look, I'm a street guy from New York City. I did a job where my life was on the line every fucking day, and the police officers had to deal with the same type of people. Although I dealt with them a very tiny bit.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is, I'm a realist. I lived in New York my whole life. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be politically correct because you people don't like the way I talk. It's the truth. The black people are the majority of the crime in this country, and I'll stand by that statement.
Okay, Joe, let's turn it over to Billy. Billy, the way this is going, what are your feelings? What are your thoughts?
Well, one thing that Joe does have correct is there is a very, very high percentage of black on black crime, which is very sad. especially a good friend of mine by the name of Riyadh King, who he played basketball for the College of Southern Idaho when I attended there in '97. Him and I were actually next door neighbors in the dorms, and I didn't like him at first because he was always partying every night and making noise while I was trying to sleep. Until one night I got up and I knocked on a door, and instead of asking him to be quiet, he invites me in, and we start smoking weed, and we developed a friendship from there. And then, of course, he ended up going to a different school. We went on our separate ways, and then we reconnected 10 years later on MySpace and started chatting there. But the things Riyadh told me, he was from Chicago and was looking for a way out because of the high crime he was in. He was somewhere over by Lakeshore Drive. If you know Chicago, that's a very high crime area. And he ended up, when I found him on MySpace, he was in Atlanta, in a pretty nice neighborhood in Atlanta, and was doing pretty well. And we were chatting, and then, just one day I get a message on my MySpace from his girlfriend telling me that he had to return to Chicago because his mother had caught cancer and she passed away. And 2 days after his mother's funeral, there was a drive-by shooting, and he ended up getting struck by a stray bullet and killed. And, and I'm thinking, when it comes to Black Lives Matter, where's the outrage for good people like him? He was black. His life mattered. What the fuck there? So, yeah, but then at the same time, too, there's a pretty high white on white crime ratio, and of course the drug cartels. So we can't just single out the blacks for these crime statistics. Everybody's guilty of it.
Yeah. All right. So let's wrap all this up, guys, because a lot of the comments on there are piling up, and I'm feeling the pressure right now. So let's put a wrap to this, guys. Are we done with everybody, or are we still at where we were before?
Just
Actually,
like I
Billy,
said, if I catch it, I will report it.
Joe, is there anything better that's happened out here, or are we?
No, the war is no, because of his provocation, because he's nothing but a fucking troublemaker. The war is on, and I have a lot up my sleeve
All right,
for him. So the war is on.
Well, gentlemen, I tried. I was kind of hoping maybe we had a little bit of something going on, but I unfortunately, I guess this is the way it is. Joe, I thank you very much for being on the show.
Can I say one thing? I'm going to be on this Saturday at I think it's 8 p.m. on thecrazyjoeshow.com. I'm going to do it not just a test demo, a real show. If I was doing a real show, so it's going to be fantastic, and I hope that everybody out there sees the talent that I have rather than the bullshit from a guy like Billy.
Okay.
Joe, I just got one more question for Joe before he goes.
Quickly.
Since, he's already been challenging me and he's challenging Dirk to fight. When Dirk pretty much answered his challenge to meet him, why wouldn't he give Dirk his address?
I don't know. Joe, you want to answer that?
No, I'm not going to answer this fucking hillbilly asshole.
All right. All right, Joe. Hey, listen, thank you very much, and you have a great. You already one left. All right, so. God.